Hello everyone, and welcome to Yoshi 1 Kenobi's awesome epic game, a game that features 13 Kroxas, 2 Tibalts, and Ragdos playing a Thassa. Now, before we get to this game, I just want to point out that if you're interested in the deck, look in the description and you'll find a link to the normal video with the deck and the gameplay video with Niko. I was going to include this game into the video, but the game is too long and full of bouncing, more bouncing than you'd imagine from a bounce deck. And so I hope that you'll enjoy the game, and don't forget to subscribe. And let's move on to the game. We are playing Niko-Blink on MTG Arena Standard against MJ Castro. Or MJC Astro. Yes, let's go with that. Two tap lands. Opponent goes first. I think we keep it. Get a Scry and Charming Prince. Let's see if we can get a land. That's too bad. That was a good card. Kroxas. That'll get us to discard. Charming Prince. We don't need two of those. Alright. Let's just pass a turn. Hold up Jawari Disruption. Just in case the opponent plays Timeret Calls Dead. Don't really want that thing to resolve. Now we're going to go for the fetch a plains, play the Jawari Disruption, because we have good 4-drops. Alright. Bone Crusher Giant to the face. I'm happy with that. Well, not overly happy with taking 2 points of damage, but that's okay. Stimmerant Calls the Dead I don't want to see. No, honestly, it's the 6/6 Kroxa that I don't really want to see. We seem to be dodging that just fine right now. The question is, what do we play next turn? Archon? Alright. Well, that's a 3/3 threat. Go Archon. We believe in you. Of course, we can't. Exile up to one target card from a graveyard. So opponent will exile our Charming Prince. It's going to be an Elspeth Conquers that target for our next turn. Archon versus Predator. Archon, Predator. Yeah, the Predator is scarier. No questions asked. Although I did kind of ask the question. Claim the Firstborn. Acronor. Okay. I guess our opponent's going to sack the Archon to the Predator. It's just okay, the opponent's too far from casting Kroxas from graveyard. Oh yeah, I do need a land. These small things that I keep forgetting. So I'll take 8 next turn. It's not like I have a ton of choices. Definitely Bird of Meletus. Now I can foretell a Glorious Protector or cast a Charming Prince. I think I'll foretell this. Especially since all my creatures will be forced to attack next turn. Not exactly the most desirable of situations. We'll take 8. Then I'll cast the Bone Crusher Giant, sack our Archon. Then we'll take another 4, because our only move is to Elspeth Conquers Death, the Immersturm Predator. And then we start playing. And we'll have our 0-4 blocker from Bird of Meletus, and it will be on the edge of gaining 2 life. Ghost Strider. That's really bad for us. Because then the opponent will sack the Immersturm Predator to the Ghost Strider. I don't have a choice anyways. Have Elspeth Conquers Death, targeting the Immersturm Predator. Opponent will sack the Archon, that's 2 scries. With the Acronoir going to the graveyard, that's enough for opponent to cast Kroxas from the graveyard. I guess we can bounce it with Baron. There is 0-4 can hold the fort for a little while. By a little while, I really mean just a little. So our move is going to be Baron Charming Prince due to mana constraints. Your opponent is going to go Kroxas. So we bounce a Kroxas, we take 2 this turn. Need to decide what we're discarding. So I guess we're discarding the Glorious Protector. Also note that the Pegasus is coming on the 3rd chapter of Elspeth Conquers Death, and Toss is an enchantment. That's definitely something which we can use. Depends on what our opponent's last card in hand is. We need to be careful because the double Kroxas is going to be a problem. Opponent chooses not to cast Kroxas. That's interesting. Alright, so we choose not to cast Kroxas, which gives us a bit more options. We get the Baron, bouncing Ghost Strider, I guess. Then we'll Glorious Protector to defend Baron. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Because if our opponent plays by the Ghost Strider, the opponent cannot Kroxas. Bounce you. How do you respond? Well, you don't really have a response. We know all the cards you have. Okay, you respond by scrying 1. Scry to the top. Definitely not what I wanted to see. Come on, pick it up. Now forget that you scryed on top and crack that Fabled Passage. Opponent draws a desirable card. Although I guess an untapped land is fairly desirable at this point. Glorious Protector! Come save Baron. That's probably a kill spell. Question is, does our opponent kill Baron or the Glorious Protector? Yes, I will exile Baron. Mostly to blink it back. Block here. No, I don't really want to bounce that Mire Triton. The mana constraint's not worth the cards in graveyard. You play your Kroxa. Of course you do. Now what do we discard? Prince or Protector? Probably Prince. So our plan is Pegasus, Thassa. Thassa will bounce Baron. I guess we'll save a Glorious Protector. We will foretell it. Hope our opponent doesn't have instant speed removal. To deal with our Baron flickering. Nope, not attacking. You bounce. Bounce Kroxa. You'll get to cast it again. Which is a bit of a shame because it's going to throw away our Glorious Protector. But at this point, the 3 life is worth it. I do like that +1/+1 counter on the Archon. It makes it immune to Heartless Act. Well, not immune, but it doesn't die to it. Kroxa. You get our Glorious Protector. Well, one of them. Which puts 2 of those in the graveyard. Now what? Ghost Rider? Only have 3 cards in graveyard. Timred Calls the Dead. I do not like a Timred Calls the Dead. An opponent has an Ox. That's a problem. Alright, I'll accept this trade. You've drawn the plains. I'll hit you for 4 lifelink. And get rid of your token. That Archmage is doing some real work. And of course, with the God of the Sea. And now our opponent has just enough to use the Ox. Not quite enough to use the Ox. So I guess the opponent's going to empty their hand first. Maybe even cast a Kroxa. I'm not as scared of Kroxa now. Because we have a lifelinker and we can bounce it back to our opponent's hand. Alright. No more graveyard. Well, almost. 2 cards still. Ghost Rider, or are you holding something back? No holding back, eh? Brazen Bar. I like that. Hit you for 4. Baron, do your thing. Bone Crusher Giant? I don't think so. Go into the void, Bone Crusher Giant. Guess we'll do the Kroxas bouncing dance right before combat. Keeping our opponent on its toes. Balance you. You can Kroxas again if you want, but you've got nothing to take. Okay. You're playing the same trick on me. Six card in the graveyard. Ooh, Lily.
Every death is an opportunity to increase my influence.
Yeah. Well, there goes the Archon. It's too bad, I really liked it. Well, at the very least, we'll get a kill Liliana. Our opponent is fueled yet again. Raisin Borer. Is that good enough? That's Oxyvagonist, that's a problem. And we kill the Liliana. Yeah, I guess we'll keep it.
Well, that was a waste.
Bounce that. No, that's fine. We'll keep the original Baron on battlefield as an extra body. I guess otherwise I can keep Baron hidden under the Glorious Protector for a while. No blocks. Alright, we have to be careful about our life total again. Although, one thing that's great about Raisin Borer is that it's going to let us activate Thassa. Ah, speaking of which, I need to remember that that thing has a 4-mana tap creature. It's actually very relevant. We have 8 mana. Yeah. Very, very relevant. Ox or Kroxas? That is your choice. Or Woe Strider and the other card in your hand. So I guess you do have multiple choices. Kroxas again. I'm not sure how many of those we can survive. Hopefully quite a bunch. And a Woe Strider. With its fabled goat. Let's stab the Woe Strider. Not sure why, but just really felt like it was the right thing to do. Do I want to attack? I want to keep this up to block the Woe Strider. If I kill the Woe Strider and the Mire Triton, that's 5. We're still good. No, I'll keep it back. Just don't have life to spare. I can tell you I'm not letting that Kroxas attack anytime soon. Opponent sacrifices a goat. Uh-oh. I never like it when your opponent scries the top. Opponent will cast Kroxas. In response, we will bounce the Strider. Village rights? That thing's a problem. Because it fizzles our Brazen Borrower. What we really need now is a Niko. You get to burn. Kroxas goes to your graveyard. Unless you village right. Kroxas from the graveyard. If it continues like this, we'll have just lost like 7 Kroxas triggers. Which I guess is a fine way to lose. If I didn't miss that one last turn, we'd be in better shape. We'd be at 7 instead of 5. Makes a lot of difference. Alright, feeding the graveyard. Opponent's trying to set up the double Kroxas. Fortunately, we don't have much that gains us life. That's not it. Swing at 2 for 3. Play land. Pass a turn. Bring the Protector back. When you're using Tasa for Fig Vigilance, things are not looking too good. So I don't like this. Access to 7 cards to 0. 19 to 5. Tibalts Cosmic Imposter.
Beg. It won't help, but it amuses me.
Okay. I don't like that. They're slightly more afraid of the Kroxas, but I should probably fear Tibalts Cosmic Imposter. Exile top card of both our libraries.
Make no mistake.
You've gotten lands, my friend. Tibalts at 7. I need something that makes double blue. Because you're not attacking, you're not blocking. Again, Niko would be nice. 2, 3. So Nyambi gains life. We're going at Tibalt.
You can hit hard on that.
I can cast this to balance the Glorious Protector in hand. Actually, there's some shenanigans to do here. Let's play with Glorious Protector. Beat Baron. Pass the turn back. Tybalt found Baron and Village Rats. You really, well, I guess our opponent didn't have many other options. And now with Nyambi we're still alive. As this game has been lasting for 25 minutes. And we're just flickering our way through the next turn. We might be able to beat our opponent by natural mill if things continue this way. It's tough facing a Tybalt Cosmic Imposter. Although I have faith in this Nyambi. An opponent can Baron target. No, that'd be bad. Nothing has flash, and we're in the lots of mana stages of the game. So I only have 9. That's 4, 5, 6. It's not enough to cast it, blink it, cast it again. Token, probably. Interesting. Also, we'll be able to bounce Baron back into our own hand. And still have a Baron under the Glorious Protector. So, in response to Kroxas,
This was a wasted opportunity.
we can bounce the Glorious Protector. Gain some life. Baron comes up. We bounce Baron into her hand. Kroxas resolves. Which is fine. I'll discard the bonus Baron, saving ourselves some life. Then you can attack. You will block. Wait, Nyambi Baron. No, doesn't matter. Block at Nyambi and we'll blink it. Well, not a true blink. But you know, the Glorious Protector blink. Probably should have done that with Baron though. Then we get to tap Kroxas with Thassa, swing to Tybalt. Or Niko. So what do we do here? If we Niko, that activates Thassa. We can make Thassa unblockable and swing Thassa at Tybalt. Is 4 good enough? Let's go to full 6. Niko for 6.
This will be a new experience.
Activate Thassa. Well then, never mind. If I do this, it blinks to my hand.
They won't even know we
Okay.
know them.
Which means I have to do it on Baron.
Fight well together.
Yeah, I misplayed that slightly. Baron will bounce back to my hand. I should have kept some mana open off of Niko activation. I don't think your opponent has much haste stuff. Maybe there's more Kroxas. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, you can't block Baron. Village Rat, that's fine. Actually, with the order of the triggers, we might be able to resolve...
You know what?
Never mind. I do want to gain some life. Let's pass a turn on that. I feel like this turn was not optimal. But then again, it's been half an hour. People make mistakes. And that's what Magic is all about. Playing half-hour games where people have been making mistakes on both sides. Like casting Tibalt. I'm pretty sure if our opponent had just kept on Kroxasing, he would have been in a lot more trouble. Alright, claim the Firstborn. Kroxas. Always Kroxas. Yeah, now I have to discard a Glorious Protector. Yeah, I should have tried to keep all my creatures on the board. Probably a smaller Niko would have done the trick. Ghost Strider. Making sure to kill our Niambi Esteemed Speaker. I'll block Niambi, of course. And again, Natural Mill is a real possibility. Our opponent's at 16 card in their deck. At this point, I'm not sure I care who wins this game. This game is awesome. But I want to win the game, of course. But even if we lose it, I like seeing these Acro Noir goes. Acro Noirs go. Verdum Elitis. We're at the point where we want more lands. Which is really any point in the game. Let's play it. Yeah, Niko's +1, not overly great here. Can you create another shard token? Which doesn't really do anything. So let's crack a shard. Scry one, draw a card. Archon. It's okay. I kind of want to play Archon and make a shard. But if I do that, then I don't have the mana to cast Baron, which I really need to cast to get rid of Kroxas. And activate Thassa. Opponent can sack it with a Woe Strider. If they so desire, it's probably beneficial to keep it in your hand. Yeah, you don't have any tap. Well, you have one tapped creature. Let's get rid of it. The Death Touch folks, or Death Touch merfolks, are quite annoying. Yeah, you can Woe Strider it. Resolves. No need to attack. Thassa's a good defender. Blocker. We'll bounce the Woe Strider. Mostly because it can't sack itself. We'll pass the turn back. Tibalt number 2. You may resolve.
It's palpable. I can work with that.
Exile, targeting Thassa. Is there anything I can do to stop this? I don't think so. You have Thassa.
Don't trust me. You won't miss it.
That thing doesn't produce mana which you need. Alright, well, Kroxas from the hand. We want to keep that Archon. I don't overly care for an island. So I'll gladly discard that. Alright, get a Charming Prince. And an Archon of Sun's Grace. We can set Niko to make a shard. We can play this. Set Niko, make a shard. We can play the Charming Prince, so we still have a bit of mana open. Let's see what we can get with it. With our existing shards. Skyclave Apparition. That gets rid of Mire Triton. So let's go with that. Although I do want to get rid of Tibalts. So let's go with the Niko trick. +1 Baron. You are unblockable. Baron will kill Tibalt. You'll get Baron back. You'll cast Baron. Get rid of that pesky token. Oh, I acted way too fast. I could have bounced back Niko back into my hand. That's much better. We'll keep Charming Prince to defend our hand. And we draw a card off of Baron. Not sure why. If a permanent was put into your hand from the battlefield this turn, draw a card. Maybe the Firstborn. Yeah, you get it. Our opponent's about to blink our own Skyclave Apparitions. What is this game? Opponent has 12 cards in their deck. It is trying to outblink us. Immersed Predator. We're gonna Skyclave Apparition that. Then Charming Prince Skyclave Apparition to Skyclave Apparition Thassa. That is just the kind of game this is. Opponent stepped out. You can blink Skyclave Apparition, but do you target Niko or Baron? Probably Baron. It's a lot more dangerous. Niko. Okay. You may have Niko.
At least I learned a lot today.
So far we've used the passive of Niko, the plus of Niko, the -1 of Niko, and we had a use case for the second -1. opponent decides to sack the Skyclave apparition. That's a little bit odd. Then again, close to the 40-minute mark. Mistakes on both sides. Alright, and we have 2 mana open, so we get to crack a shard. Nyambi, esteemed speaker. I would very much like a Nyambi. Especially with Baron still on the battlefield. Alright, so what do we want to do? We want to exile this, bounce that back into your hand. Yeah, I think we really have to exile the Immersed Predator. You are going to exile Immersed Predator. Okay, you're going to the graveyard. But you better tank that Wolf Strider. Yeah, then we're Nyambiing our Baron back into your hand, Baroning our Thassa. 2 plus 3, and then I think we're 1 mana short. Yeah, or 1 mana short. But we're gonna do that anyways. Also, when we do that, we'll draw the card off of Baron because we bounced something into our hand this turn. Oh no, it's only a creature! Alright, well. Bye bye Tutu. You may scry. Although you should be running out of things to scry. You should be getting ready to cry instead of to scry. And Charming Prince. Exile Skyclave Apparition. Which will exile the Wolf Strider. I think. Yeah, if our opponent tosses an Ox, they're gonna mill themselves. If they toss a Kroxas, then Kroxas dies. I think we just will die. We got the board cleared. Our opponent is running out of cards. Oh, we're starting to run out of cards. That's okay. We're just a Niko away from having a horde of Pegasuses. And now comes Rankle. Alright. Rankle will make us discard a card. Then you're gonna Kroxas that Archon out of my hand. Just too bad, because the Archon's a good defense against Rankle. Every time the tables turn, they just turn yet again. Oh, but you make us draw another card. Alright, so we'll get to discard the Temple to Kroxas. And you should have mostly only scry to the bottom cards left in your library. So I'm expecting a whole lot of lands coming your way. Here comes Kroxas. Kroxas number 10. Actually, I haven't been counting. Take 3. Flicker Kroxas? You wouldn't dare. Alright, well, we're losing that Archon. Now you're out of cards in graveyard. You barely have enough cards in your deck and graveyard combined to Kroxas me again. But we're at 8 and you have a Rankle. So unfortunately this is not over. We need something to bounce our Skyclave Apparition or Baron or something like that. So we better start digging. We can go 4 cards deep. We should be able to find something. That's something. not that. Not ideal. Well, it's time to attack. Because all you have to block is 0-1, and I can't block Rankle. Well, now I can. I'm assuming that thing's a removal spell. I'll play a land for the turn, and we'll pass the turn back. Heartless Act. Shredded Sails. Alright, 4 cards in the yard. 9 cards in the deck. Can take 4 from Rankle. Now we're close to our wit's end. You can use Thassa to bounce back your Rankle to defensive mode. 5 cards in graveyard, not quite enough to activate for another Kroxas. You can Ox, sacrifice a creature, sure. Oh, that's enough for Kroxas. Six, 8. Exile everything for Kroxas. No! Thassa the Kroxas! Oh, let's wait for the target. That was a good game, opponent. Very good game indeed. And that's just too many Kroxas. Great game, opponent. Great game. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. It won't cost you any mana, and it greatly helps to support this channel and keep the awesome videos coming. Until next time, may the fun be with you.